Alright, chaps and chapesses, welcome to another One Take Tuesday where I do a video in one take and I don't have any other opportunity to do it because I can only do it once and it's usually terrible, but sometimes interesting. This is only the second one, so how do we know? Anyway, I have an RU game, as you can see here, against a guy by the name of No More Please, and we're going to get into this match very, very quickly, and it's just going to speed past the opening turns because essentially what happens is I lead off with my Shit Stain, which is a toxic spiker with spikes as well. So I have spikes and he has spikes, and I have toxic spikes and he has stealth rock. So we're just going to basically sit here like retarded idiots and just keep continuously going for spikes slash stealth rocks slash toxic spikes, and eventually it will come to a head where I am going to go for the gunk shot, get a poison on him, and he is going to smack me right in the face with a rock wrecker. I have -1 defense, and yet, ladies and gentlemen, and yet I still live with 29 HP. Shitstain proven his worth and is able to go for the normal gem boosted explosion here. I should have probably gone for the gunk shot again because I was told to do so, but I thought, fuck it. I can probably use this crystal to set up with something else, so I decided to just go out with a normal gem explosion there and blow myself up as he recharges himself and isn't really able to do anything anyway. So not a huge deal because I don't think gunk shot would have done much damage anyway, and as you can see, hadn't done much in the previous time I'd used it. It wouldn't have really made a difference overall, apart from adding on an extra turn of poison. But hey, not that that's a big deal anyway. I go into Aggron, who is completely ruined at this point simply because of the fact that he relies on sturdy, and obviously all those stealth rock and spikes have completely gotten rid of that. So I decide while I'm in here he can't really touch me. Rock Wrecker is doing nothing to me. I decide to set up some stealth rock, and then on the following turn I'll be able to go for a head smash and clean him out, which is exactly what happens. So I get rid of the crystal. He has 3 layers of spikes and stealth rock. I have every single hazard on the field. That's correct. 3 layers of spikes, 2 layers of toxic spikes, and stealth rock. So things are looking pretty damn good from here on out. All I need to do is make sure that everything comes in at least once. Once everything is weakened, Swellow should be able to do a swell job, as it were, in cleaning all the things out. So he brings in his Manectric, and I'm not really sure what this thing was going to do, so I decided to stay in and go for a head smash, and unfortunately for me, I miss. The good thing about this, though, is that he did... Well, actually, no, he tricked me Specs as opposed to Scarf. If he tricked me Scarf, then maybe I would have been able to outspeed him on the following turn, but unfortunately no, he dodges the head smash, and Manectric shall live another day. One of these James Bond Manectrics. Die another day it shall. Die another day, indeed. But I'm going to go out into something dependent on what he switches into, and he, of course, goes into the Hitmonlee. And looking at my team, I think the best possible switch-in at this point is something which I cannot bring to my mind because I can't remember what guys I use. Oh, yes, Weezing. Weezing is a beautiful switch-in because unless he has, like, Psychic Kick, then he's not going to be doing a lot of damage to me. Unstab Stone Edge is going to be pitiful amount, and I can easily go for Sludge Bombs and just wear him down at this point because he is toxic, and toxic does take the toll quite a bit. So he's about, minimal amount of HP, and I'm thinking, alright, as long as it doesn't crit me with the Stone Edge, I should be good to go, and he ends up going for it, and don't think it crits, so that's nice. Managed to clean out with a Sludge Bomb, and Weezing's at about half HP, which, though it looks not too great, will probably benefit me simply because Weezing obviously is able to Pain Split when so is the case, yes, when it is necessary to do so, so I will be doing that at an opportune moment. This is not really the opportune moment because he brings in a specially offensive thing, being Manectric, and I do not want to really take a hit from it, but unfortunately, because the rest of my team are not really well equipped to take any electric stab, I have no other choice but to leave Weezing in to die. So the big boss goes down, and I'm decided to go into my Medicham just to revenge kill this thing. I can go for a Psycho Cut. I believe Psycho Cut has neutral coverage on the rest of his dudes, so that's what I'm going to do. And I do manage to outspeed the Manectric, take him out, and leave myself at a decent footing, as it were. Medicham with its very good foot, leading foot forward, as it were. But he goes to a Typhlosion, and I am not sure as to whether Typhlosion is faster than Medicham. I could have gone and checked on Cerebi, I guess, but I wasn't really so sure. And if he's a Scarf version, then he's obviously going to outspeed my Scarf variant, because if he has a higher base speed, that's what will happen. But I thought it was safer to just go into Dwight, take the Fire move, whatever it so happens to be, and Fire Blast is okay. I'm not too worried about it. And it does actually a decent amount, I mean, I guess, for a Typhlosion. But, of course, Dwight is very specially defensive. I know last time I kind of screwed up and said he was more physically defensive. I was just getting mixed up with Slowbro's Calm Minds and thinking, for some reason, because Slowbro had Calm Mind, that it was the special defensive one. And, in fact, that is the complete opposite, because it's physically defensive and Calm Mind helps it become more specially bulky. But, yes, Slowking being the more specially defensive Slow of the Slow clan. Yes, of the Slow clan. He is the king of the Slow clan, but the specially defensive one, indeed. Anyway, enough of this. Not much to talk about, honestly. I'm just waiting for him to die, and the best thing for me to do in this scenario is to slack off until he does, because Fire Blast is actually doing a decent amount, to the point where it was threatening me down in the low sort of yellow range, so I thought, might as well get my health back up to full. Leaves me ready to face any threats that come in, and, you know, no harm, no foul. As long as he doesn't get a burn, I should be good to go, and thankfully, I do not think he does, so I'm able to take all these Fire Blasts well enough, get my HP all the way back up to full as he finally dies from all the toxic damage. And man, Typhlosion took a lot of crap coming in there. Not only super effective Stealth Rock damage, but full 3 layers of spikes, which is equal to super effective Stealth Rock damage, I believe, and then being poisoned to the fullest as well, which kind of blows. But anyway, that's what happens sometimes, and you got to deal with it. So it goes into this Mantike, which is running Air Slash, which is kind of weird. I wasn't really sure what kind of Mantike he was running. Usually Mantike, you run defensive with your Violite, and I don't know, maybe he was running a defensive set, but Air Slash is a stab move. Who knows? I don't have a clue. But it does nothing to Slowking, takes it beautifully. And Slowking just powering through the team at this point, really giving no fucks. Cofagrigus comes in, takes a hell of a lot from entry hazards, as has everything in this game. Just looking at this guy's team from the beginning, I knew that as long as I got a lot of hazards down, I would be good to go, because he really didn't have a lot of levitators. So Spikes and T-Spikes are going to do a hell of a job. Cofagrigus is going to try and go for the Will-O-Wisp, but miss. And I am going to try to go for the Dragon Tail, but once again, miss. So we're going to get a pointless turn there. I guess it's not so pointless, because it allows me to add up an extra turn of toxic damage onto the Cofagrigus, as he, you know, takes more damage than he possibly should have. But anyway, I'm going to switch out at this point, thinking there's no point in me taking a fire burn. A fire burn, yes, as opposed to a water burn. Actually, you can get water burns, so hey, that's not too bad of an assertion. But anyway, enough about that. I decided to go into Tana just because I already have a poison orb equipped, so, or a toxic orb, whatever you want to call it. So it wouldn't matter to me if it Will-O-Wisp me. It would kind of minimize my my ability to live if I stayed in longer, but otherwise not a big deal. And he does in fact decide to go for the rest instead, so I guess that works out fine. It's not really a big deal. I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird, smack whatever the hell comes in, and Mantike just so happens to be that thing that's going to go down. And I think that all he has left now is his Cofagrigus again. So I think that at this point, unless some crazy hacks happens where, you know, he wakes up without having to sleep for any turns and is able to go for, like, I don't know, super effective Rock Wrecker, because why wouldn't he? Because he's a Cofagrigus. Obviously, Cofagrigus gets Rock Wrecker, duh. But no, nothing like that's going to happen. It's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to go for the Brave Bird, get the Mummy in the process, which kind of blows. And that's where he could have used that strategy to his benefit, because had he burnt me, and me got Mummy, that's really interesting, because Swallow would have been ruined, Guts would have been gone, and I would have been burned. So, hey, that's an interesting thing to think about, I guess. But it didn't happen. He rested on my Switch, and at this point, nothing he can really do. He just sitting, sleeping. He got the Hex on the Sleep Talk, and obviously, because I'm normal type, Hex is not going to do anything to me. And now the rain outside is splattering all over my screen. So I'm going to really quick shut the window there so that that doesn't happen anymore, and no need to really piss around anymore, because that's the game. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this One Take Tuesdays. Hope to make it a regular thing, because I don't know, it's fun, it's good. Gotta just go in there sometimes and give it your best shot, and hey, my best shot today, so hit me with your best shot, bum bum butter. And now I can't cut that out. I cannot cut that out. What a shame. Well, I'm an idiot. Anyway, if you like this video, go like it. You can click the button below. Takes a couple of seconds of your time, but beneficial to me nonetheless. So I hope you will do that if you feel it is so necessary for such a video as this. Otherwise, you can check out my previous video, which is, of course, the legendary 5 Guys and a Gigalith. And I hope you guys enjoy that. It's going well. I'll see you guys next time when I do another battle or when I do another video. Goodbye.